See, here we go. Okay. Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for being on today. I am really excited about this one. Um, this is one that I aimed to have for you all at the end of last year, and then I was like, you know what? No, we'll start January with Andrew to provide some great value for you all. Thanks for those of you that turned your camera on. It's so much greater for the speaker to be able to. I know sometimes you can't, but it's awesome when you can. So I'm gonna introduce Andrew, and then I'm gonna be quiet because he has lots of great things to share with you guys today. But we have one of our agents in my Kentucky office, Keller Williams Legacy Group, Andrew Sester, and Andrew has been with us. How long, Andrew? Over a year now,
Uh,
right?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years, almost 2 years. He's a great individual producing agent who's growing his business, and he operates out of London, Kentucky. And last year he was just shy of 10 million in
Okay.
closed volume, just shy. I mean, like just a teensy bit.
So
um,
close.
so close. I know, so close, but a huge increase in business, which is so awesome. And I think Andrew is 82% of your business from social media last year, right?
Yep.
So
82.
he's had he knows his numbers, which is great. Oh, Rebecca, that's okay. We're just glad you're on. Rebecca's on from the animal shelter, she said. And so I know he has tons of great stuff to share with you today. And I asked him specifically to talk about Facebook too, because a lot of times I feel like we do Instagram a little more than Facebook. And I think it's because I lean more to Instagram than Facebook, which probably isn't a good thing because there's so much to be had on Facebook. So anyway, Andrew, thank you so much for being here today and sharing with everybody. Wow, great turnout. So thank you guys for being here. Anything I forgot in your intro, let them know, and then take it away.
All right, guys. Hey, I appreciate you guys hopping on. I hope that this is beneficial. And something else that Dana didn't mention, I think that it's important just to mention about me specifically, is before I got into real estate, I was in direct sales. And I know there's a huge stigma on direct sales, but when I was in direct sales in 1 year, I went to the top 1% of the company, and I did that only with social media. So everything that I'm about to tell you is things that I have learned from the past 10 years of really working on social media and using that to boost my to boost me in general, because we're not boosting real estate, we're boosting us as individuals. And something that Dana mentioned too there is she uses mainly Instagram. In my opinion, Instagram is designed for us to reach people outside of our networks, outside or not necessarily outside of our communities, right? And Facebook is a great way for us to reach to people that is inside our community, the people who are actually buying and selling on a daily basis. Instagram is great for those looking to, I guess, build more of a social following from all over the world. But to me, I don't care if the guy in California follows me. I care that my neighbor follows me, and I care that the people from across the street follows me, because those are the people who will buy and sell with me. So first things first is everyone should have a regular Facebook page. I hope so. So that is a personal Facebook page, and then also a business Facebook page. Now, the thing with both of those is having, first and foremost, a good profile picture. So my profile pictures are never, ever, ever with pictures of other people. I'm very selfish. It's only me, because the show is about me on my page, right? The way that it should be with you guys on your page. So first and foremost, that profile picture, super important. Then the description of your page. So everyone has a little bio section. Does your bio section say what you do, who you help, and a little bit more about you personally? So like the first thing on mine says, um, what does it say? I think it says that I'm pulling it up now, utterly obsessed with all things home. Okay. So that right there lets people know, as soon as they see my page, I'm gonna be your homebody. I'm gonna be your homeboy. I'm the person there for you. And then it goes on to, and then realtor is the last thing that I say on there. And why do I say that, or why do I put it like that? Is in my opinion, we are humans first, we're realtors second, right? So we have to have we can't come off with that we want to buy and sell all day long. We have to be humans first. So moving forward to the next thing that we need on every profile is our profile banner or our cover photo. On our personal business pages, that can be way more personal. That can be more things about us as humans. On our business side, that needs to have your name, have your logos, have the company that you're with, what you do, who you sell for, or your avatar client. So that way that is up bright and center on those business pages. And then I don't know if you all have ever noticed, but on your business pages at the top right-hand side of your screen, there's a call to action button. And I hope that everyone knows what a call to action button is. But that my call to action button gets blown up constantly. And that call to action button, I have mine set to send a message. So so when someone clicks on that, it will automatically pop up Messenger for them with three prompted messages to send to me. You can adjust that in your settings. And if anyone wants me to dive down deeper into that, I'll gladly do that and show you
Andrew,
all how to do that.
quick
Yes.
question on that call to action.
Yeah.
So you're just driving them to send you a direct message if they have questions, if they want to learn more?
Right. So
Okay.
my three messages is what properties are available right now.
Mm,
The second one is what's the next open house? And the third one is how do I get my property ready for the market?
wow, those are great. Okay.
So they have to click one of those three messages, and then that will send to me, which will then in response send them an automatic message. So I'm
And
using AI to do all of that
and people do that. I mean,
all the time. I don't get as many of what do I need to do to get my property on the market because I think that I do a really good job with saying that in my post,
mhm.
but the open house it is a big one, um,
Wow.
and and so um, and so with that one, my response back to them is I'd be happy to get that for you. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a 3 bed, 2 bath? Are you looking for a farm? Are you looking for, I mean, I go in full detail and all that is doing is pre-qualifying someone for me.
Yeah. Okay.
You know,
Two quick questions. This is
yeah.
on business page only, right?
That is for business page only. Yes. We don't have a
Okay.
call to action on our
Right.
primary personal page. Yeah.
Okay. And then just on Facebook,
Yes.
it's not an option on it. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
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 Perfect. Wow.
I don't know if you guys know this, but Facebook and Instagram is owned by Meta, it's the same company. So you can actually go in and change your settings to you can link an Instagram page to your Facebook, and every time you post on Facebook, it will automatically go over to Instagram. Same thing with your stories. But I never, ever, ever, ever post on Instagram. I personally dislike Instagram. I just think it takes too long to build your following, and just Facebook has been my bread and butter.
Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Matt wants to know, are you using mini chat at all? And and then Whitney said, how do you connect AI for response?
I've dabbled into ManyChat, but I do not use ManyChat. And how you use AI for responses is in your settings. So on your business page, you go to your settings and it's under your call to action, I believe it is. And then that's where you can generate those three responses for them.
Awesome. Okay. Well, nobody leave because I'm sure you guys are like, well, that was worth the price of admission. I didn't even know about that. So we're only 12 minutes in. Okay. Keep going, Andrew. Good job.
Okay. All right. And so next thing I do is my business page is mainly only used for ads. I only use that for ads. My goal is for everyone to be on my personal business page because I'm not and I'm as we should be posting the 80 everyone's heard of the 80/20 rule, I'm sure. 80% business, 20% personal on your business page. Personal page needs to be 80% personal, 20% business. I really struggle with my personal page being 20% personal on there. I don't really do that much. So I only use my business page for ads. Now, if you could do 20% on there, that would be great. When is the next open? How do you?
I think it was what homes are available now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So, while homes are available right now.
Yeah. Okay.
And then from there, on all of those questions, I basically have the same response of what are you looking for? Because I'm not going to send somebody if they're in the 200s, price range for a 3-bed, 2-bath. I'm not going to send them something that's $500,000. I don't want to set someone up for failure. So, that's why I asked those probing questions there. But I'll get into the ads here in a few minutes, but let's jump back to our regular Facebook page. All right. So this is what I consider the bread and butter of Facebook, your personal Facebook page. First and foremost is everyone should have professional mode turned on. Okay. So you do that by going into your settings, and then you turn your personal mode on. How you are a professional mode. How you know if you have a professional mode set on is here's my Facebook page. You'll see dashboard. If you do not have a C dashboard, then you do not have professional mode turned on. And why professional mode is important is whenever you click on the professional mode, it will give you insights to your post. You can go down in Facebook is becoming and click on each individual post under your dashboard, and it will tell you what percentage of people from your friends list have seen it, what percentage of them are male versus female, what the age groups of them are, and those are just those analytics that we know to be able to move forward and making posts that are going to relate to those types of people which are our following.
Andrew, that's one of the big reasons why I kind of went more heavily towards Instagram because of that. I didn't even know that you could do that on Facebook now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that is a game changer for sure.
So uh, I'm pulling up mine really quick. It even will give you a graph of these are your posts. It will go through and show you each post. So like I can see that like I posted about this training that my reach was 6,800 people. I had 273 likes on it. No, that was overall sales last year. Sorry, but it will also go on and tell me that 64 are female and 85% are in Kentucky.
Wow. Yep.
Yeah. So that is huge. That is huge. That's huge to be able to say, if the majority of my followers are female, I now need to present content that is going to resonate with females. Because I want to continue boosting my page, those are the people who are going to continue boosting my page. So I need to relate to them more than anybody else.
It really
So
helps you just so you're not just posting stuff that's not actually attractive to who your
right.
audience is.
Yeah. So speaking of that too, a lot of people ask me how I get so many eyes on my posts. How do I continuously, like someone will say, I seen your post from a month ago pop up on my feed today. How did that happen? So that happens by Facebook again is a very intelligent program. And Facebook wants people to stay on Facebook. And Facebook ranks each one of your posts on a scale for easy numbers, say 1 to 10, right? And the how you get higher on that scale by going to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is how many people are interacting on your post, how many people like your post, how many people heart your post, how many people put a sad face on your post. Another tidbit is a heart ranks you higher in the databases than a like on Facebook. How many people comment? How many times are you commenting back? Those are the things that you need to be able to go up the ranks. And what I always do, I don't know if any of you all watch my page, but um, and this may be a little crappy, but this is what I personally do, is if someone comments on my post and I get a lot of comments on that post, I will usually wait 24 hours before I respond back to anyone. And I will respond back to them one at a time every hour.
Okay, I need to ask a question about that because I was always taught that you shouldn't post and ghost. So like,
Yes.
and maybe it's different for Instagram than it is for Facebook, but like when people are commenting, you want to immediately respond, but you wait and it actually is better.
I wait. I wait. Yeah, and I wait because other people are commenting too. So my
Okay.
my thinking is I want some sort of interaction every hour on that post. And I usually, if I post something, I will usually get someone saying something every hour. So I mean, there's a post that I made 5 days ago that I still am commenting back to people on. And whenever I'm doing that, each time that I'm doing that, it's bringing it back to the top of
Accurate.
yeah. So I'm getting more eyes on that. And
That's smart.
so Facebook is registering that as I am being more, or that's a more valuable post. So they're pushing it out to more people. Kind of like, I don't know if you all have noticed too, sometimes you will only see the same, like you may have 3 or 4 thousand friends on Facebook, you only see 100 people's stuff all the time. It's because Facebook doesn't necessarily think that those other people's posts are as intriguing as as your top 100. And our goal is to always get to the top 100. So, so how going back to what I was saying about the how the majority of my people are female, so I make more posts about females. I've also noticed that the majority of my posts that do really well are in um, I call it like journal form or blog form. So if any of you all follow me, you know that I don't make one line posts with a picture and send it out. I'd make a very, very thoughtful post every single post, usually consisting of 5 and 6 paragraphs. I treat my Facebook page like a blog, essentially. So I am I am very detailed in my post. I am giving value in every post that I make without people realizing that they're receiving value. So, and this is on my personal page. Yes, a lot of times I'll copy and paste the same thing to my business page, or I'll share them to my business page. But if it is not a new listing, a open house, just sold, something like that, everything starts on my business page. If it's one of those posts, those salesy kind of posts, they'll start on my business page and then I share them to my personal page. Yeah. I'm trying to keep up with the comments
I
too.
think I got it too. Yeah. I'll
Okay.
try to
All
answer
right.
what I can and then ask you when
Okay.
I need
All
to.
right. So I just mentioned giving value. So now you're probably thinking, how do we give value? Because we hear that all the time, right? Like it's punched into our brains. We have to give value. We have to give value. But what is value? Right? What is value? And that is in my opinion, that's defined by each individual person. For me, giving value is writing a "I am so sorry that your kid is sick" on Facebook. It is saying that someone's friend passes away. I'm gonna write something and I'm gonna send them a message. I'm gonna comment on their statuses, liking people's statuses. That's giving value. Now, in the real estate world, giving value is throwing statistics at them, telling them what's happening down the street, what's happening here, what's happening there. And that's also very important. But we got to think too, we're humans first and realtors second. So we've got to build those personal connections with people. And that's the way that we do that by actually interacting. I comment on everyone's status that I possibly can. And the reasoning for that is the more that I'm active on Facebook, the more Facebook's going to push my stuff out. And also, if I comment on someone's post, I'm sure we're all guilty of saying who else has commented on this, and we're going to go back and see, right? And then people, just like we do, we go down a rabbit hole of let's click on this person, let's look at their profile, and then next thing you know, you're looking at someone you have, that you don't even know. That's the point of that is getting people to come in to your page without actually being on your page or without being friends with you, I guess, which goes into, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to ask you before you went
Mhm.
off on that. How do you go? So I struggle with going from someone that really doesn't interact in Facebook as far as other people is on there.
Mhm.
Like I have a very small friend group. How do you just kind of break the uncomfortableness of posting a comment on somebody you haven't talked to in 5 years or, just like, oh, what, it feels so awkward to me.
Right.
That's a great question, Whitney, because it's kind of like how we say we need to call our database every quarter. And then when you go
Mhm.
a couple of years without calling, then you're like, well, what am I going to call and say, hey, I haven't talked
100%.
to you in 4 years.
Right.
But yeah,
100%.
Yeah. In my opinion, we don't grow unless we're in an awkward moment, right? So I think you just got to swallow it and swallow your pride and just comment on a post. The first probably 45 minutes of my morning, every single morning, is going through and commenting on people's posts and wishing them a happy birthday. And you have to start somewhere, you know? So I would start with Facebook. I would start with sending them happy birthdays. Now, speaking of birthdays, I have a note here. I took some like little notes, but regarding a birthday, if they're our client, we should be sending them happy birthday on Facebook. We should be sending them a text message of happy birthday. And we should, in my opinion, we should be sending them a card in the mail for happy birthday. That should be 3 touches right there. So, but for a stranger though, wishing someone a happy birthday, they're going to smile at that, right? It's not like we're saying anything negative to them. Everyone wants to know. Everyone wants to know that everyone is thinking about them on their birthday. And then going on to if someone uploads a new profile picture, I get if it's a female, I promise you she will want to know that she looks pretty in that picture. All right. And then what you are doing in return is you're creating that you're taking up that space in her brain now. Now she's gonna, and if you do that consistently with everyone, they're going to you're gonna dominate their mind share.
I got
Yeah.
one more thing.
Sure.
When you see that somebody has had a baby or a graduation or just some sort of life event, do you
Mhm.
use that as an opportunity to actually jump into their DMs and say, or, like, I just saw, this, wanted to reach out and say congratulations,
Mhm.
or how can you interact? Because people are constantly putting on there what is going on in their life.
Well, what I do whenever I see those kind of things is the first thing I do is I post on their page. And I don't make a separate post. So we also need to understand Facebook etiquette too. I don't make a separate post that's posting on their timeline for everyone to see. I make a comment, and I'll make that comment as detailed as possible. If I have their phone number, I'll follow up with with a text message also. But that is an excellent opportunity because speaking of touch points too, I keep 10 touch points in my touch plan completely empty for small moments like this on that happen
I
throughout the
love
year.
that.
And
I
then
love
I
that.
will probably turn right around and order something on Amazon to send to them. Whether I have their address or not, or whether I have to go, full stalker mode on the wherever it is I got to find it. But I will send that over to them, and then so they thought of me whenever I made their post, and I turned around and they thought of me whenever they received that package in the mail, and I know that's not necessarily getting a lead from Facebook, but that relationship started on Facebook, or it rekindled on Facebook, and now you're nurturing that. Yeah. Will I share my touch plan? I will.
I just said maybe we'll have since this is going so great, you guys, maybe we'll have Andrew back 2.0 to go over your touch plan.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome.
It's nothing special. Honestly, it's Brittany McAllister's made to me.
Okay,
That's
perfect. I was gonna say we've had Brittany McAllister's multiple times and it's so awesome. So
yeah.
that is
I
great.
I,
Love to hear
I
that.
just I just took hers and I removed some stuff, added some stuff, but I just made it to be more personal to me. Yeah.
I'll share Brittany's in the chat while you're going too, Andrew.
Yeah. All right. And so essentially everyone should rewire their brain to kind of wrap up all of that right there. Is everyone should rewire their brain to value is being a human, and and then value is giving the real estate side of the business as number two, right? Because we don't, and I run my business as again, in the high 80s of warm leads only. I don't like cold leads. I don't think any of us really like cold leads. It's too much work, right? We want to have fun instead of sitting here cold calling all day. Doing this for the first hour of my morning is what is the same thing to me as me sitting here dialing 50 people of a morning. I am nurturing that relationship the same way as what I would calling someone else.
Andrew, while you're on that,
Yeah.
will you answer Sarah's question? Because I think a lot of people have this question too. She said, I get so distracted when I'm on social media. How do you stay on track with commenting happy birthday wishes in the morning and then
Okay.
not be on for 4 hours? You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure. That's actually what I was about to say. In our friends list on Facebook, we're able to create a separate list. And that separate list is, I call it clients. And so I start there every morning. So I will go through and just click random people. And something else that you can do too is you can start adapting some sort of system. So on week one, you're gonna go through your friends list, or you're gonna go through the people that's on that list, that's your clients. Everyone's name that starts with an A and everyone's name that starts with a Z, you're gonna comment on their name, or you're gonna comment on something that they posted that day. Tomorrow, you're gonna do B and Y, and you're going to continue going until you've reached everybody, and then the cycle restarts again. Then once I've done that with my Facebook friends, or my clients at list, then I'll go over to the regular Facebook page of, the free for all with everyone there. And then I will just go through randomly. Yeah. How many Facebook friends do I have? And is it better? I currently I currently have 4,000 and something. I think I'm 4.2. But something to notate about Facebook is they only will allow us to have 5,000 friends. Okay, that's kind of a negative. However, when you turn on professional mode, people will then, instead of seeing the add as friend button, they will see the follow button. So now you got people following you, which is what we want. We want to create that following community within our area. Um, Going back to like what I said, instead of like, some random guy in California or Canada. Um,
I think the difference
so
is you're being like hyper local.
yes, yeah. I mean, whenever I first got into this business, one of my old brokers told me that, you want people to consider you the mayor. You want to be as powerful, as well known as the mayor. And so now I call that like a social mayor, right? So if there's something happening down the street, I'm going to make sure to post about that. If there's something happening, anywhere in this town, I'm going to be posting about that. Making posts about anything that's happening. People want to know, and I've somewhat turned my page into, like, I've just like met people at Walmart, and they've been like, I kept waiting to see your Facebook post to know what I needed to do this weekend. Those types of things, or seeing your stories, and so that's, to me, that's being an authority figure in my area, and that's helping with the know, like, and trust. And it's all about that know, like, and trust. I'm trying to go through the comments.
Someone asked how often do you post every single day, or how often would you recommend posting?
You should post every single day. Do I do that? No. It is in my goal to post every single day, and it was on my vision board to post every single day this year, and to post um, more real content. It's very, very easy to get sucked into I need to look perfect and it needs to be like this. It doesn't, and that's not real. But my strategy is, for the past little bit, is about every 5 or 6 days, maybe about every week, is I make one big post, and that's a very thought out post. And then you've got your stories every day. So, and for those that don't know, your stories are something that is, it's a 24-hour. So it doesn't have to be as serious. It's not as polished. Because after 24 hours, it's going to be gone. Your Facebook posts are the things, to me, need to be more polished. It needs to be more representative of you. If a random person, if you commented on Kellyanne's Facebook page, and then her neighbor was to click on your profile and then come to your profile and they don't know you, are they going to be able to scroll 2 times and know exactly who you are?
Yeah, I love that. Andrew, one thing too, I wanted to say, I know you and I both had the goal of posting every day of the year, and I have already not done that. However, when I was talking to Tyler, who does all of our video and stuff,
Mhm.
Tyler said, yes, you should post every day, and don't post just to post. If it's not value, don't post. Like if
Don't
you
do
don't
it.
have something of value to post that day, then don't post it, because he was like, everything that you post needs to in some way, shape, or form give them value. And you said that earlier. So like I
Mhm.
noticed yesterday, I'd been on my stories, but I hadn't posted like a post on my feed in 3 days. And so I was like, okay, today I'm going to, and I know I have something valuable to share today, but I didn't really have anything super valuable to share the last 2 days because it was
Mhm.
the weekend. I don't know. I just wasn't
Right.
into it. So I
Right.
think we have to think about that too, just making sure, like you said that, but I just want to reiterate for everybody, like don't post just to post every day. Make sure it's something of value like you're doing.
Yeah. So something too that I'm about to start doing that I've seen that you did this weekend is, I think you posted this weekend, but a video or a reel of what to do if you come to your area,
Oh,
right?
it has blown up.
Yeah.
The Charleston one
So
has blown up.
just an idea is you need to make posts every week highlighting each thing that you talked about.
I love that. I'm writing
Yeah.
that down. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and then your stories need to go along with that to be it's kind of like your post is your main chapter, right? And then your paragraphs in that chapter is your stories.
So
So
Tyler was so smart. When we made that video here, he also had me take a still shot photo in front of each of those 5 places. Like I said, if you're coming to
yeah,
Charleston for the weekend. So what you're saying I should do is take those still shot photos and like say, okay, in my story in Charleston, if you're coming to Charleston, I said, you've got to eat dinner at Obstinate Daughter. Here's why I love the Obstinate Daughter, and
right.
post a still photo of
Absolutely.
Obstinate Daughter. Nancy looked
Yes.
up. Nancy's like, I'm here for some Obstinate Daughter. That's one of Nancy's favorites.
Yeah. And then you
Okay,
need to
that's
put
a good
and then
idea.
you need to be as detailed as possible. What is the what is the atmosphere there? What do you
Okay.
order there? What do you order as appetizers there? What do you not like there? What's the dress code there? I mean, people want to know everything. So, you know, we live in a very nosy world
Yeah,
now. People don't necessarily want to know what you have for dinner every night because we see that all the time, right?
I
But
do
they want
post that.
yeah, right. But I mean, you could do that, but you got to add other things in there too. It can't just be, oh, I'm eating my gravy and biscuits for breakfast this morning, and let
Yeah,
that be it. Like you gotta add a little bit more in there too. Because again, people want to know you and people really do care what you think. And if they don't care right now, make them care what you think.
great. That's so
Yeah.
true. That is so true. Okay,
Yeah.
Whitney asked a great question, and I don't know that you have Tyler. So, what if you don't have a Tyler? She said, how do you?
If you don't have a Tyler, you can buy $150 gimbal, in my opinion, and set it up and do it yourself. I don't have a Tyler, and that's the reasoning that I haven't done video. But I just bought myself a gimbal, so no more excuses. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect. You have to start somewhere. Like I know we all know who Glenna Baker is, right? And her videos are so perfect and everything about them. Scroll way, way back. They're rough. I mean,
That's so true.
she did not start off good,
That's
like
so
you
true.
and the better that because you're not going to be good day one.
Yeah.
And you're going to look back and you're going to cringe at yourself. But the more comfortable you are doing it, the better you're going to be. And I was talking about Glenna Baker on TikTok. If you don't know who she is, go follow Glenna Baker on the TikTok.
She's on Insta too, I think.
I think
Um,
so. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. Um,
So I'm sorry,
okay.
go ahead.
You keep going, and you guys, I'll try to say, because I want you to get to ads. So we'll try to
Yeah.
leave let's try to leave 5 minutes at the end for like just a quick rapid fire questions, if that's okay,
Yeah.
Andrew. Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, So when it comes to ads itself, I really started adopting ads probably 6 months ago because I was really trying to have um, I was really trying to build a business where I didn't have to pay for anything, no leads, no, none of that kind of stuff. And I realized quickly that um, that's the wrong mindset. So what I do with my Facebook ads is, who knows what census is? Does people know who census is? Yeah, I think it's called census. Is it called census? I have it bookmarked. Census is where you can go on and see where people have moved from all over the United States. Yep. So it's a website. Okay. You can search your area. And Dana, you and we talked about this specifically because
Yeah.
I double ended over 60% of my deals last year. And how I done that was by doing this. And I have now branded myself as the guy that you want if you've got a farm in Jackson County, because someone from out of town is going to buy it. That's essentially how I've done that. So I will create I'll create a graphic in Canva, very, very simple graphic saying, hey, this property is on the market. There it is. I will find, I will then look up the most up-to-date information on census, and that will let me know where in the past little bit has people been moving from to this area. And it will show the whole big old map. I will then boost my posts to that state and to that area, because those people are the ones that are moving here that need to see this. Because the people from, like, I work with a lot of farms. I work with a lot in a rural area. So a lot of people want that whole Appalachian thing, where they're coming here to homestead. This probably really wouldn't work if you're selling, half-acre lots somewhere, in a subdivision. But
But everybody has their thing. Like everybody has
right,
their niche or niche or however you
yeah,
say it. So if
yeah,
yours just happens to be that, but no
it
matter what
does.
it is, they can target towards that.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah. And so I will just build it. I will market it there, and that's where a lot of people, their call to action is to go into my page and then clicking on send message, and then that's how I get into conversation with them. Because those people, for me, those people moving in from out of state, they're just looking at Zillow. They don't know any other realtors here. They don't know anyone here to be following. So if we can be marketing there, in their mind, they're like, this guy's global, right? Like he's everywhere. When really I'm not. I'm just marketing myself there. The same way that you would market yourself in your area, I'm just throwing it to a different location. And so that has been my biggest thing with ads. Now I have a strategy here, and I'll run through my strategy really quick, because I know some people said, I think someone said in the comments, open houses at how I boost for open houses. I think I read that somewhere. But here is my strategy. I always do my paperwork. I try to do my paperwork on a Sunday, and I try to do a coming soon on Monday. I do an open house on Wednesday, or I list it on Wednesday. I try to do an open house on Saturday. So what I do is I already start marketing the post that I'm going to be making about that property on Monday. Whenever it's in a coming soon status, I start marketing it to like the coming soon itself. But then as soon as it goes live, it is out, and I've already got everything prepared and ready to go, and it goes out into my areas. So I do a boosted ad, and I usually do about $10 a day, and I run those from Wednesday to Sunday, and then I will and I've seen pretty good success with my open houses by doing that, and just getting the word out there, because not everyone is always looking on the MLS, and so
Did
I,
you
I
say
hope that
open house on Saturday or Sunday? Sorry.
I try to do Saturdays.
Okay, that's
I try to do Saturdays 2 to 4.
yeah, okay. So paperwork on Sunday, coming soon on Monday, listed on Wednesday, and open house on Saturday. So you're
Yes.
running the ad Wednesday through Sunday for $10 a day.
Yes.
Okay,
Hmm.
got it. That's
Yeah.
great.
And then after that, I will, if I don't do as great on that open house, then to me, I need to reflect back on me. Did I not have the right photos? Did I not market it the correct way? Did I not put all the right stuff in the uh in the actual campaign itself? So I'll rework that, and then I'll send it out just general, hey, this is for sale. and I might run that for about a week. And I usually always have 2 to 3 properties that I am boosting at all times.
Love that.
Yeah, so that's my process with how I list, how I do boosted ads. Um, and that's kind of the principle of it, and then you're able to adapt that to whatever it is that you're doing. But that's the way that I do it. And last thing that I really had written down, or does anyone have any questions about ads? Let me ask that first before I jump to something else.
There is one Jennifer has. Did you do your ads from command or do you just do it straight on Facebook?
I do them straight on Facebook. I know that you can do it from command. I've never done it through command. I know other agents who have done it through command and they have success with it. I just started with Facebook, so and that's just what I'm running with.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
And then let me see if there was one more. Are you only running ads on Facebook? Are you running any ads on Instagram or any other platform?
I don't do Instagram. No, I do only Facebook.
Okay. And then Matt asked, do you do a lead form with your ad?
Sometimes I'll do a lead form. I started off by doing a lot of lead forms, but I noticed that here, specifically here, in my area, it didn't really, it wasn't really working. So in return, just doing that call to action really was working. So I was kind of creating too much work for myself or putting too many steps into it for um for a um for a lead form.
Okay. Um,
And
Ian asked, what's your typical ad copy? I mean, you're not just copying and pasting what you have on the MLS, or are you? Or
no,
yeah, okay.
no,
What
no.
is your typical ad copy?
I have it on, if you go to my business page, anyone who wants to go to my business page, it's just Andrew Sester Realtor,
Okay.
and you will find it there. You'll see the way that I structure all of my posts. Um, if any post that you see that says open house or new listing, that's what has been broadcasted everywhere, and I boosted it as an ad. You don't want to be, even though we call it an ad, you don't want it to look like an ad, right? You want it to look like something just naturally popped up on someone's timeline. So I don't go real heavy with the, only this price and 3 bed. I keep it very, very simple. And something else that I do too is I spend a very long time creating my social media posts. So and incorporating my branding into it, my color schemes, my fonts. I put a lot of thought and time into that. So every single post that I make looks identical. Because if someone sees that, they're instantly going to know that that's me. They're going to know, hey, Andrew did this. So that's that was a huge thing for me. And I've had people come out and say, I seen your blue post, like, because I do navy and gray and white and black for everything. So yeah.
Well, Andrew, one of the things I think that has made you so successful on social media is that you do have that branding component at a really high level too. And what you just said, I think is really important for everybody to hear. He puts a lot of thought into it. So it's all cohesive. Everything is it matches his branding. It's not just like a willy-nilly, fly out post that sometimes has red and
Right.
sometimes has blue and sometimes has white. They're all he follows his brand. And I think that
Yeah.
that is huge because people want to see consistency. And I also believe that that shows a level of professionalism that while you are still posting some personal stuff, sometimes too, it's still they see you as a professional.
Absolutely. And to let you know how particular I am with all of that is I had ordered some new signs. It was a very large order of signs. I knew instantly that they didn't have my right font, and I made them fix it on like 35 signs. So that's how serious it is. Because
It is.
when you think about the realtors in your area and their signs and their Facebook posts, does all of that match? And it probably doesn't. But I'm building a company within myself. I'm building a brand within myself. I am the brand, but I'm building that for other people too, so that way other people can eventually come on board with me too. So yeah.
Love that. Great point.
And the last thing I'm going to say too is I know you wanted to keep 5 minutes open,
Okay.
but I really sat down this year and thought about who is my avatars, who is my ideal clients. I am 4 years into the business, and for the first 2 years, I was willy-nilly. Anyone that would want to buy or sell, I am your God. I am going all over the place. But now I think that I've really narrowed it down to this is my strong suits. And I think that takes a lot of self-evaluation to do that as well. But I make a calendar. And so someone had mentioned Chat GBT. Here's a really good place to start. On Chat GBT, first line, write something similar to this. You are a top, or think like a top producing realtor in my area. Please do the following. By using that language first, it knows how to think. So then coming down, and then I would say, give me 30 days of content to post in the month of January that will be a good mix of personal and professional video, text, and photo. And it will give you a diagram.
This is so good. I hope everybody's writing this down because this is so good.
And so that diagram that it gives you is very generic. Very,
Can you
very.
repeat?
I'm sorry.
Can you repeat that?
Sure. Yes. So first thing always at the top of ChatGPT, probably the most important thing is you need to tell it how to think. So you need to say, and this is not an upgraded subscription. This is the free version. I always write, think like a top producing realtor, and write the fall or create the following, make the following, whatever it is that you need to say. I mean, I was having it create some other stuff for me, and I'd even put in there, think like a tech advisor, think like whatever, and it's setting that basis so that way it knows how to think. And then your second part down there is something along the lines of, create me a 30-day social media plan that will include a mix of professional and personal posts, videos, and whatever it is that you want there. And then it will give you a full 30 days. And I have all of my, even though I've not done it, I spent probably 3 or 4 days in December. I have every social media post that I should be making all the way until September. But I'm not, I'm really slacking. I'm really, really slacking, but it will do that for you. And then you're able to take it from there, and it will be very stale. It will be very, very stale. And you're going to need to be able to put your own personal touches on it, but it gives you a really good idea, especially for those days that you don't feel like you have anything to say. You've always got something to say.
Well, I think the great thing about that, I love that you did that. Adam's been challenging me to like ask Chat GPT
It's
some
hard.
every single
Yeah.
day. It's very
Mhm.
hard, yeah. But the answers are great. Like I just made coming from off of the I Love Coaching Summit, one of the things that they said was on your Instagram. I guess I don't know if you can do this on Facebook, but on your Instagram, when people see can you pin post on Facebook?
You can, yeah.
Okay.
You can on your business pages. I don't think you can on your
Okay.
personal page.
Okay, so they said on your top 3 pins, like the first one should be some sort of video that's about you. Like people should know about you, know what to expect when they come to your page. The second pin post should be some sort of emotional connection. Like I had this problem, you might have this problem now. Here's how I fixed it, or like
Yeah.
I had no idea where to begin in real estate or how to buy or sell a house, and I went, and here's what I did, and now here's how I can help you, or whatever, some sort of emotional connection. And then the third one is a frequently asked questions. And she said that the most important thing about that is that you want to hit off like all the questions that they might be thinking. You want to just go ahead and answer those. And so I had asked Chat GPT, what are the 10 most frequently asked questions? And actually I can put them in the chat for you guys too, for a client who is choosing a realtor, like with when they're going to choose who they want to work with, what are they asked the most, what do they want to know? And then I recently did that for also for agents looking to move brokerages. And I just finished making one on some of you may have seen it, but on the Keller Williams Legacy Group Instagram. It's not on the Facebook. I got to get it over there, but on the Instagram, that FAQ is the third post. But Chat GPT gave they said for a client looking for a new realtor, they want to know, what are your commission rates? Number one. Number two, what's your experience and track record? Which, by the way, if you're newer, always lean on your brokerage's track record. Like I always tell people that, say your brokerage has the track record.
Mhm.
Your marketing strategy, what strategies will you use to market my property? It gave me this whole list. I'll post it in the chat for you guys. But the fact that you did that, and even though you haven't followed it to the T every single day or whatever, at least it gives you something to go back to. Like if one day you run out of an idea, or, you're like, I need to get back on track, and I mean, it's not to be perfect, it's just to do something and to
Right.
be able to
Yeah.
start getting in that like habit of doing that,
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And and it's the way that you interpreted that, completely, because you don't want to be stale, because those posts are very stale, the majority of them. So you
Yeah.
want to be as personable as possible. And sometimes it's not going to fit where you are, and I'm probably going to have to rework 90% of that, because of what's going to be coming, but at least I have a basis, and
Yeah.
and you can usually adapt anything um, to what you needed to say, but at least it would give you an idea.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Okay, let's quickly just hit some of these. Okay, so no, that's not the upgraded Chat GPT subscription. Jill said you can pin post on your personal page now. She has an about
Okay.
me at the top. Love that. Okay,
Awesome.
great.
Awesome.
Okay, best advice I don't know if you'll be able to answer this. If your Facebook personal or business page is hacked, do you have to start over or can you control it after you've been hacked? I don't know. Do you know?
I actually have no idea. I've never been hacked. I would try to contact Facebook support and go from there,
Yeah.
because I wouldn't want to lose all of your years of content.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Okay, Gary has posted this one a couple times and I didn't miss it. I just wanted to make sure we got till the end because he said, I have a thriving personal page and an animal show business page, both popular. How do I incorporate those two into my real estate page?
I think you need to go follow Rebecca Goodpaster, number one, and
He does
because
a good job.
very similar.
Yeah.
But I say this all the time to people. And I'm going to answer that kind of indirectly. People with kids, I'm so jealous that you get all that free marketing from your kids. You can incorporate them all the time. We don't have kids, so I don't. I have a dog, and I use her all the time. But use what you have and turn it into what you need it to be. That saying, make lemons out of lemonade. That's not lemons though, but you could do a lot with that. Um, I was taking Avery, my golden doodle, to every showing with me and posting that she was going with me, to the point that I was doing a showing and their kids came and said the only reason they came was to pet my dog. It turned into a thing. And so if you are doing something with an animal shelter, I think that is a great way for you to get more business from some sort of animal show. And
Yeah.
then also, you'd have to really sit down and think about how they can mesh, but I'm sure that they can. I'm sure
Yeah.
that you could really
Love
do
that.
some cool stuff with that.
Yeah, love that. Okay, Jonathan said, I don't have a Facebook page. If I create one, should I start adding random people to follow or wait until they follow me first?
You got to add people. I try to follow 10 people a day.
Love that. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all the time growing. I would start with people that you know. I'm sure that you have a family member or a really close friend that's on Facebook. I would go there first and then start trying to be friends with their friends and then continue branching from there.
Yeah, love that. I think you answered this, but do you post the same thing on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok or all separate?
Yeah, I don't do TikTok. I want to do TikTok. That's kind of a point of me buying that gimbal.
Yeah.
But as far as Facebook and Instagram, they get the exact same thing because I had them linked.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and how about a word post versus a video post? For me, I make one photo and it's usually a good edited photo, looks nothing like me. I'm kidding, but a good edited photo, and then I make my blog post with that. And it's got to be something that's related. It can't just be, just like a random selfie, and talk about something crazy. You know, they got to be related. And a lot of times if I post a selfie, I'll post a selfie and say something like, talk about what all I'm doing today or something unrelated to real estate. And then at the bottom of it, I'll say, and I got another person under contract today. Yay.
Love
You got to add that in there, but it can't always be the focus.
You're just staying top of mind when you do that.
Absolutely.
I think that
Absolutely.
is
And
so good.
I built my first 2 years of real estate by being consistent and showing what I was doing. So if I was going out doing a showing, you best believe it was all over my stories and I was making a post about it. When I got something under contract, when anything with appraisals, anything with inspections, it was posted everywhere.
Yeah, love that. Matt asked, any cons of transitioning your personal page to a digital creator?
I don't see any cons in that, and I've thought about doing that too.
Okay, perfect.
I think it's just how serious are you going to take it?
Yep. Are you monetizing your Facebook yet?
No, but I need to.
Me too. That's
I
one of
need
my
to,
things
but
for
I'm
this
not.
year for my Instagram.
Honestly, that's way over my head. So if anyone knows how to do that, please let me know.
Yeah. Gary said, would it be okay to put my personal stuff on my real estate page?
Absolutely. 80-20 and 20 and 80. So 80-20 on your personal page, of 80 being your personal. Business page, you need to have 80% business, 20% personal.
Yeah, love that.
15 bucks a month. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's
Oh,
two
wow, Jill. Gosh,
Yeah.
that's
That
great.
pays for a Remy subscription. And those of you all that don't know, if you got everyone
I was
needs
gonna
the Remy
ask
app.
I was gonna ask you about that. I didn't get it yet. I looked at it
Yeah.
because you told me, but tell them what the Remy app is.
So let's see. Can everyone see? It's this app right here.
Yep.
Remi, REMINI. And it is an AI tool. You have to pay for it, but it completely changes your photo without making you look like a different person. It adds pixels to your photos. It whitens your teeth automatically.
You look
Like
amazing.
like for me, like it adds darkness into my hairline, makes my hair look fuller. I mean, it's magic. It's straight magic.
Brett, I don't know if it's gonna work for you or Adam, but
Yeah, but I highly recommend getting that. It is definitely my most favorite app that I have.
that's awesome. Love it. Yep. Yeah, I've been meaning to get that. I looked at it. Brett said he was holding out hope. I'm sure, yeah, you and Adam are the same. Sarah, Dana, what ideas do you have for the second pinned Insta building connection? How do you make that separate from the first one about me? The first one also, the about you should be about you and your business and what you do, but it also, she said, should be what people expect when they come to your page. I haven't finished this for mine yet, but I'm going to tell them my problem is I do several different things now. So I feel like people come to my page and they're like, oh, I'm happy when I'm here and I get inspired, but like, what the heck does she do? You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm really trying to focus like narrow on those things, which is
Yeah.
even harder. But he also said it should be like, what should they expect? So like you said, your dog, like if you come to my page, you're probably going to expect to see a little bit of spiritual stuff, my family, a little bit of like healthy things to eat and tips and stuff, and you're gonna see some Frankie. Like you tell them what to expect. And then the second one, Sarah, is any way that you build that emotional connection. So it could be you, depending on, like Andrew said, who your avatar is. It could be I was a single girl looking for, figuring out how to buy my first house and how to get, just fresh out of college, like how to build wealth and, or how to make $100,000 my first year too. And I had no clue what to do. And I did those things. And here's how I can help you do those things. Like you got to figure out who your avatar is, but then a way to, Sarah, I can think of things just because I know you, but, yeah, just make a list maybe of some of the problems that you had one time and that you solved. And then that's how you could help solve them for other people.
And ask your friends too. Ask your
Great
family too.
idea.
Absolutely. Because their opinion or their thoughts on you is going to be the most realistic, and the most authentic.
Yeah, love that. You guys, I'm so sorry. I went live on Facebook at the beginning and I just realized people are asking questions and commenting there and I hadn't seen it. So I'll get better at this. If we didn't answer your question on and you're watching on Facebook, we'll go back. I'll go back and I'll share the touch plan also. But there's some good comments on the Facebook Live too. So next time I'll make sure I have both of my screens open. Sorry about that. Okay, well, we're 3 minutes past. This was amazing. Andrew, thank you so much. You definitely, just like Nancy said, took the words out of my mouth. You brought the value. I just
glad.
appreciate you sharing. I'm so happy in all your success and love being in business with you. And we'll have to have you back part 2. Maybe we can
Okay.
do a Facebook part 2 and also deep dive on the touch plans a little bit also.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'd be happy
Thank
to.
you so much.
Thank you,
Great
guys.
job. Thank you all for being on. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, bye, guys.
See ya.